Welcome, you're watching 2 News,
the most reliable news source in the world
for anything music related. Today, we'll be talking about the Royal Ballet. They did something very sacrilegious.
And of course, the first confirmed musician case for the coronavirus
Is a violist. Oh! More on that later. But first, 2 Sec coming from the future to interrupt very briefly. Very exciting announcement. Once in a lifetime, biggest clearance sale on 2 Set apparel, 50% off every item. Once it's sold out, many of these designs will never come back.
gone, never be back. We most likely won't be doing this clearance sale ever again. 2setapparel.com. I highly suggest you guys check out the stock. Some of them are really cool. Our team designers we've also worked on for a long time. Go now.
So, the Royal Ballet has this tweet. The tweet says this. So, hashtag Black Swan is trending, but it has nothing to do with our wonderful production of Swan Lake, which opens tomorrow. Don't miss Tchaikovsky's magnificent ballet in cinemas around the world on 1st of April. Smiley face. For those of you that aren't aware, the reason the hashtag Black Swan is trending is because BTS, the new single Black Swan, and everyone's raving about it. And so here comes Royal Ballet trying to get onto this hype of Black Swan, being like, oh, but it has nothing to do with our wonderful production. What's the fuss? Well, it turns out this wasn't the original tweet, and it goes something a bit more like this.
So, hashtag Black Swan is trending, and we are shocked it has nothing to do with our wonderful production of Swan Lake, which opens tomorrow. Forget about BTS and catch Tchaikovsky's magnificent ballet in cinemas around the world on April 1st.
No.
They just did a big...
Uh-oh.
Well, that was...
Who wrote that? Who is on their social
think
media team?
The Royal Ballet is a big thing. Swan Lake is a big deal. But we're 2020. BTS is
The
big
deal.
The deal.
We are shocked that has nothing to do with our wonderful production. How? I get it. It might be a certain sense of humor they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
I'm being nice, because in reality that tweet just comes across as very ignorant of where the world is today.
Yeah.
And very classical elitist. Forget about BTS.
Come
Do
to
Tchaikovsky Swan Lake. And understandably, the however many hundreds of millions of BTS armies around the world are pissed.
And they use the hashtag on this tweet. They're literally
BTS.
calling for trouble. If anything we've learned, everyone's learned, just don't mess with K-pop fans.
Yeah, dude, Ling Ling insurance, man.
Yeah, did you
don't
see
mess
our,
with K-pop fans.
Henry Lau video made it very clear it was nothing about him. And even then, we still got a lot of, I guess you can say hate, people trying to do
Yes.
stuff. Which is fine, we understand. But this is, just don't, Ling Ling insurance.
Let's read some of the comments.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
You could have made a point of joining the celebration of art with BTS, who have used their impact worldwide to give more artists from around the world and various backgrounds more visibility. True, we would have supported you. Instead, you went for this unnecessary, elitist, and petty. 3,200 likes.
I'm disappointed, truly, that something so unprofessional come from you anyway. Now watch true artists who know to respect all forms of art do their thing. Oh!
Dude, they're getting roasted. Wow, I'm a BTS army and a ballet enthusiast. What a missed opportunity for you. BTS recently launched a global art initiative to bring more art into the world and blur the lines between fine art and pop art. You could have had army cheering for you, but you chose another way. Pity.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, yes, dance, the art form created by one and only Park Jimin. Unrelated, but Jimin is so good at dancing.
Yeah.
And so is JL, and so is everyone in that team, but Anyway, this is 2 News, no personal opinions.
Yes, just reading the comments.
Reading the comments.
And here we see a classic example of what not to do in the arts. Tear another art down. What should they have said instead? Maybe come see a performance of the show that inspired BTS's latest trending MV, Black Swan. Class dismissed. Because BTS took inspiration from this, right?
Well, it's inspired by the ballet, Black Swan.
So they should be like, actually, hey,
this is the ballet that inspired this.
come experience the OG that inspired this new form.
Dude, Bex, someone hire
my God.
Actually, Bex, come work for us.
Hey, Bex.
Yeah.
Too bad being called royal doesn't grant you class, grace, or humility. I'm starting to feel bad for them because they're getting really roasted.
Because to be fair,
it's not
all the dancers that work so hard in the Royal Ballet, the musicians, that actually had nothing to do with this one person.
That ruined it for artists that work really hard.
Yeah, for all we know, the ballet people might be massive BTS stans as well.
You know what's funny? It's launched on April 1st. April Fools. They fooled themselves earlier. Oh!
I actually love Tchaikovsky's work, but after saying this tweet, not gonna bother watching it anymore.
You know where BTS got the inspiration from? From our Tchaikovsky drop. Just kidding. Just kidding.
We're gonna get cabs. I think it's just an example of the classical world being disconnected with the internet, the current reality of what's relevant today.
It's not people don't like it, classical music. If you've watched our stuff for the last few years, there's an audience here that actually, not just musicians, that actually appreciates it and loves the idea of learning about classical music.
So much of the current establishment of classical music world is just so out of touch with what people actually do and how they interact and consume and what they like. I mean, there's so much of what we love doing in Tuset and part of the community is what they said with BTS, blurring the lines between mainstream culture and art. We're making it so that art doesn't have to be this thing that's in its own little bubble.
And for the elitists, we're making it more relevant for everyone, the next generation, so that everyone can enjoy classical music.
What is the point of this tweet?
There's no point.
So, should have just not even talked about BTS.
Anyone that's ever tried this BTS...
That Australian.
Yeah,
there's some Australian comedy.
But my point was like, anyone that's ever tried this BTS, it's not here anymore.
Dude, look at this meme. The Royal Ballet Black Swan. I have to say, I don't want to start drama. And again, 2 News, no personal opinions. But while most musicians that we've worked with are very supportive of making classical music relevant, relatable. There's always those few people in the industry that push that kind of arrogant agenda.
I'm sure you guys watching know them, but they're always there. But you can't help it.
Alright.
Now, next. First confirmed musician coronavirus is a violist.
Actually, to be fair, we don't know if they're actually the first confirmed musician, but the first one that's been getting media attention. This violist is an Australian violist. His name is Brettybang. We've actually seen him perform. We've worked with him, or you've worked with him. He flew from London to Taiwan for a concert. Apparently, I couldn't find this. I tried to fact check this, but apparently he ticked that he was coughing, but they were like, oh, it's probably okay, it's probably not corona. So he went in to Taiwan and performed with the NSO, National Symphony Orchestra in Taiwan, with 2 concerts, one on Friday night, 28th of February, and one on March 1st, Sunday afternoon. He was later confirmed when he landed in Adelaide to have coronavirus. The most famous, 国家音乐厅, the concert hall.
Yeah, we were there last year, about 1 year ago, doing a concert there. It's a really epic concert hall.
That had to be shut down to be completely disinfected. The orchestra had to stop and cancel all the performances, of which 21 orchestra members, 10 journalist reporters, 13 flight attendants, all quarantined. I think in the current circumstance, all we can say is if you are feeling sick, don't go to orchestra rehearsal. There's 100 musicians there. Potentially up to 2,000-3,000 people in the audience.
Yeah, I think it's a global social responsibility.
And nothing against Brettybang, like he just made a misjudgment.
It's a misjudgment, and probably didn't think it would be anything because I also understand that you don't want to think you have the virus. Doesn't help.
At the same time, people in Taiwan are not happy about it. It says here he performed in the first half on stage. But in the second half, he went and sat in the audience.
Oh man.
So I was like, dude.
that's it.
One member in the orchestra privately expressed that during rehearsal, Brettybang was coughing. Many orchestral members expressed that they wished that he wore a mask, but out of respect for Western culture, because Western culture is not really a thing, and so they didn't want to ask him to wear the mask. I mean, for example, we were recently in Singapore and everyone was wearing a mask. But right now we're in Australia
and no one's wearing a mask.
It's already here.
It's already here. No one's wearing a mask, and that blew my mind. If you're sick, wear a mask. But no one's wearing a mask.
But funnily enough, all the toilet paper has been sold out.
Yeah, guys.
Because you really need to wipe your
at least use a toilet paper, put it around your face. Well, the biggest question is also the fact that he flew from Taipei to Brisbane, but either he has quarantining the flight attendants.
Yes, the plane got disinfected and sent back empty.
But what's concerning to us being here in Australia is there's no news of that flight coming into Brisbane being quarantined.
And the flight from Brisbane to Adelaide too, there's no information
No
about.
information being thrown.
It's a perfect time for musicians to lock themselves up in a practice room and just practice.
Yeah.
And actually on that point, my point is, actually I wanted to mention this. Our tour is currently being delayed because of this. Because as you can see, these public gatherings are causing
A lot of
issues.
and we want to be very responsible. We want to be there.
Yeah.
But I also don't want everyone gets sick because of our concert. We're
Yes.
very close to release our first of our dates. But unfortunately, things will be delayed. We hope you understand. We do
Yes.
want to come see you guys.
Moral of the story, don't go to rehearsal if you're sick, and remember that of course the violas get the corona. Viola!
Viola!
Viola! And don't diss BTS if you are
Yes.
Royal Ballet.
Also wishing the very best for Brettybang. Hope you get better. And sick, put your mask on. Sick, don't go. Please subscribe, like, and subscribe.